All right. Are we live? Let's see. Let's just do a checkaroo here.
Are we live?
Yes, we are live. We are live.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Hello, change makers. It's been a while. Oh, well, not really. We were just on Zoom, but it's been a little while concerning this issue. If you all are still awake, it will be great if you all could share this live. Share it by text message, inbox, however you can share it. We would love to have everyone's ear for a little bit. We won't be on long at all. We're actually timing ourselves. It's 10:37 right now, right? All
Yeah.
right, so 10:57. Um, so this live is concerning the proposal by the Allen County Commissioners
Hello,
to build
everyone. Hello, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to.
to build a new jail. Um, to build a new jail, period. And to add on that, they would like to build the new jail on the southeast side of Fort Wayne, Indiana, southeast Allen County, however they want to say it, but it is definitely county owned land within the area of Fort Wayne and definitely Fort Wayne Community Schools and East Allen County Schools, but Southeast Fort Wayne, to be blunt. So we are here to discuss that with you all. The last time we spoke with you all, it was April 26th, April 26th of this year. And we basically announced something that we heard. We had heard it from several sources, but we really wanted to make sure that we heard it from reliable sources. At least you could cut in anytime you want. But we wanted to make sure that we had reliable sources to share this with you all. And we did have those reliable sources, and one of them was Mitch McKinney. And Mitch McKinney is, what is his position? Deputy something. What is he? He's deputy.
He's running for sheriff, or he was running
He's
for
running for
sheriff.
sheriff, but he's deputy something. I'm not sure, but he's a high-ranking police
Yeah.
officer in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Um, he's well known in the communities that in which he served, all of Fort Wayne and definitely Southeast Fort Wayne. And he's on the campaign trail. And at one of his campaign events, he announced in front of his constituents and Alicia and I that the commissioners plan to build a jail on the southeast side of Fort Wayne, specifically Adams Center and Paulding Road, the corner of Adams Center and Paulding. And we knew that, and we believed that he would not announce this in front of his Republican constituents if it were not something that he had validated, something that he knew was definitely true. So, with that information, we knew that it was important that we alert our community and all of the Fort Wayne community
Was
um,
definitely.
of the possibility of this happening. And we really spoke about being proactive to let the commissioners and the city, anybody who supported this, letting them know that, is that your computer, Alicia? Letting them know that this was unacceptable and that we would definitely make sure that they knew that this was something that we would not accept and that we did not want. And at that time the community did not speak up about it because the commissioners.
Oh, we're froze. Taylana's froze. My bad, y'all. Um, like she was saying, um, I don't even know what she's saying. I'm trying to pay attention to everything else. Hold on one second. Let me make sure it's not my bad because I did hear a noise. I might have accidentally kicked her out. Oh, oh, my bad. She'll be jumping back on here any second. I don't know if I accidentally kicked her out or what. Um, she was talking about the commissioners. We didn't. Either way, um, so it's been announced that it's going to be on Adams Center and Paulding Road. And forgive me if I'm repeating anything that she said because I am doing a lot of background work here for this live. Um, and we've talked about this. It was 3 months ago, almost 3 months ago. It'll be 3 months ago on the 26th. It was April 26th that we first spoke about the jail being on the southeast side. Like she said, we heard that from Mitch McKinney. Hold on, I heard something. Make sure she. Okay. You there? Delon? Okay. Go ahead, Delon. I was just kind of like
I'm not
reiterating.
sure where you left off.
No, go ahead. I was like actually repeating some of the things you said because when you got cut off, I was doing other background stuff. So, but go ahead.
Okay, so
Hmm.
I'm just trying to find my phone in case I
Okay. Yeah.
um
Yeah. You froze up again.
at least around with.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just making sure it's good on. I'm not even on the screen. So I think it's your internet. It's like you keep freezing.
Can you hear me from my
You might have to
phone?
switch over.
Can,
I, I can't hear you from whatever's not in there, so you have
can
to
you hear me?
switch. I would have to switch your. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so let's go ahead with the audio.
Okay. There's a. You want me to switch you to your phone? Bring that one in.
You should probably just pick up where I left off because I'm not sure what you're seeing over there.
Okay, so you said the commission. You said we didn't want to say anything about it. That's what your last thing. You were talking about the commission, and we didn't want to say anything about it at the time.
No. I left off at the very beginning, bullet one, where we spoke to the community, and the community did not galvanize or did not mobilize at that time because the commissioners did not give us any certain information.
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
yeah, and you can pick up with from the community not really galvanizing behind it or getting behind it. We could speak
Yeah.
about what we've been doing. What did we do after that?
Yeah. So we joined the coalition, the Help Not Handcuffs coalition, which was it's a group of people
Well, we
that are
made
from
it.
all backgrounds.
It hadn't it hadn't been
Yeah, it hadn't been
created
made.
yet.
Yeah,
We formed it first.
we formed it with a group of people um, that are from all walks of life, as far as different businesses, organizations, activist organizers, church members, clergy, pastors, all that good stuff. Um, and we really started organizing together around like how we could stop the new jail and look at alternatives to incarceration and why these people were in the jail and why they were returning back and forth to jail. And one of the big things was mental health and addiction issues. Um, and we really started planning. And by planning, we were coming up with a strategy. Who do we speak to? Who are the stakeholders? Who has a stake in this fight? Who has not just a stake in the fight against the jail, but who also has a stake in the jail in general. And so, like I said, we started organizing, planning, meeting with those stakeholders. And then we were also really just keeping up with the ACLU court case. Um, and what initially happened with that was that a district court judge, Indiana judge, ruled that the Allen County Jail had to make changes to combat the overcrowded and the inhumane populations, the understaffed, uh, facility. And so I think that was actually when we jumped in. That came a little bit. I don't think that was actually the beginning of, or maybe that was the beginning when we first started organizing and Help Not Handcuffs and actually came up with the name and everything like that. Um, Either way, that is what happened with the ACLU court case. It was the ACLU represented. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The ACLU represented a person who was suing for those exact things: the overcrowded, the understaffed, the inhumane conditions, deplorable conditions, um, and and so all of that took place, and that forced the judge to say, "Hey, you guys need to come up with a plan, and that plan needs to address all of these issues." And from there, that is really where the new jail talk came about. That is where all of it came about. Now in public, that is where all the jail talk came about. Now we know this is obviously had to have been planned for a very long time, because they came out with a feasibility study and they were already in the part of the whole process where they needed to speak to the public and bring the public in and whatnot. And so um, and so we have this feasibility study that they brought up, and they really were trying to come up with a plan to fix everything, and their plan was a new jail. And this feasibility study was conducted by Elevatus. I have a trouble saying it. I hope that's right.
That's
Elevatus.
right.
And Elevatus did this feasibility study. And of course, Elevatus, what they do all over the country is provide cities with feasibility studies to show that they need a new jail. That's what they do. That is what this consultant firm does. They prove that cities need new jails. So there was no other option. There wasn't, you know, any other anything else looked at. Okay, besides the fact that they wanted a new jail and they wanted these people who do this to provide this feasibility study. And so they did the feasibility study. We had the public meeting. And then after that, Elevatus was actually the one chosen to do the design for the jail. Um, and so here we are, 3 months later, after we initially announced, hey, this is coming to the Southeast side. We have credible information that this is coming to the Southeast side, and this is what they're telling us. And we are letting our community know because we are already behind and we want to get caught up and really be, proactive instead of being reactive. This is something we repeated over and over again, and we faced a lot of backlash for that. Just saying that that's coming to the Southeast side. It was like so many people were like, "Be quiet! You don't know what you're talking about. I'd be the first to
Stop
know.
being radicals.
Stop being radical. La la la. Don't listen to these people." All these different things that people were saying about us,
Yeah,
and not to us, really, not
right.
to us, but about us.
Well, can I add a little something to that?
Yeah.
So in April 26th, we could have been proactive about it because there had been no announcement or any
Mm-hmm.
information put out there by the commissioners or the county. But now we are in the position where we have to react. Everything will be reactionary because we have already missed the opportunity to be proactive. Being proactive proactive would have looked like us telling them that we heard this information and we are not accepting it, sending emails, going to all of the different county meetings, going to the commissioner meetings, everywhere, just letting them know everywhere, whoever supports it, Mayor Tom Henry, whomever it might be, speaking to them and letting them know that if you guys are thinking about this, we're not having it. That would have been proactive.
Mhm.
Now, when they put this article out, if we had been proactive, it could have that even though the Southeast area community, business owners, clergy, activists, organizers, whomever, leaders in general, community members are saying that they do not want this. This is literally the manifestation of the school to prison pipeline. You all are giving us a vertical, like a shorter mileage to for the kids to go right from school right to prison. Like it is literally the manifestation of what the school to prison pipeline is, and that's what you guys will be all over there. So being proactive would have been very important because that article would have had to read that although this community is saying no, the commissioners are saying yes, period, with no reasoning data to support it. But now that we are being reactive, we're going to have to turn it up 3, 4, 5 notches because we missed the opportunity to be proactive. So I would just say to our community, ha ha ha, shame on you, don't do it again. It is not about the people, it is about the purpose. And so that is what it is, y'all. We moving forward. Moving forward is what Alicia was saying, that we've been working with the Help Not Handcuffs Coalition. It is a multi racial, multi religion, just a multifaceted group of people, a diverse group of people who have come together, who's very passionate about this mission. We're passionate about there not being a jail here. You all are not giving us any information that proves the size $350 million jail, not definitely not in our neighborhoods, in our backyard. So that's pretty much what it is. We've all come together for this fight. So we've been organizing, planning, meeting, speaking to stakeholders. And then Alicia, did you explain what the court case pretty much was about? And
Mhm.
so now we're at 3 months later. What
Yeah.
can we do? What does this look like? Um, you want to go on with the next bullet point?
Yeah, so let's see. So obviously July 15th, which was last Friday, they announced that it would be they were going to utilize county-owned land to build the new jail designed. They've submitted to the judge as solutions to the current issues, which will be on the corner of Paulding and Adams Center Road, which is 70 acres. Caveat to that, please, may I add that. Byron Health Center is 70 acres and is also county owned. Remember that. Um, and so, um, yeah, they've announced that it will be on the southeast side, and it's been submitted to the judge as their plans on how to fix these issues of overcrowding and understaffed, which understaffed, big jail understaffed, little jail understaffed. It doesn't make much sense here. Um, so, excuse me. And then we also have, I lost my point here. Yeah, either way, understaffed. There's no way that a larger jail is going to fix the issue of being understaffed. That's just
Right.
something that we know.
And
So,
then they don't pay the employees enough. They have not spoken about that. None of
yeah,
that $350 million have been discussed to be, for pay raises, right? Working in a jail, people want to get paid. It's very tough in there. So the thing is that they want this big glorious facility as if it's going to save anything or help anything, but it is not. It is just like saying that I'm gonna get my act together when I get in my next relationship. If you've been acting a whole fool in, your prior relationship, and you think, one, now that you're single, you're not gonna get yourself together. You just gonna wait till you get to your next relationship to get it together. It don't work like that. You get yourself together right now. So they need to be getting their act together right now where they are. We don't need you to take all your new garbage to no new larger facility. So that is really the thing. They're trying to make people think that, the plumbing and this and that is the real issue. It is not.
Mm-mm,
The
mm-mm.
judge did not say that those things were the real issue. It really is the way you all have been treating them, the lack of programs. Really, it's just the concern for the mental stability, the physical person, just the holistic person that's coming into this facility. You all are not thinking about taking care of them. How do we take care of these community members that's going to be behind bars, right? So we're not dealing with the real issue. So for us, the main thing to do is to tell them to stop. Period. Stop.
Oh, one thing I want to add too, that you talked about some of those conditions. One of those things was also rec time, right? So being outside, breathing
Mhm.
real air, like not just filtered air through and not seeing daylight for a year. So one of those things to fix that would be what? To have those people outside in a recreational area, which will require barbed wire fence around this recreational area, and most likely kind of like what prisons look like. And their proposed location is directly across from a school, like right across from a elementary slash middle slash high school. Okay, so this will be, and there's also a daycare there, isn't there? I believe there's a daycare there as well. So this barbed wire fence where these people will be having their recreation time is right across from a school. I want you guys to just think about that. Just let that just sit. Every level of child alive in that area has a potential to be housed directly across from this jail.
And if there were ever an emergency at the jail, something happened, somebody ran off or whatever, they're right by a school. So it's very dangerous for these schools. Do you all plan to put barbed wire around the schools as well to protect the kids? That is a no. So this brings in teachers and parents and everybody, should be concerned about this. If your children go to those schools, you should be concerned. If you work there, if you're a leader there, a principal, staff member, you should be concerned about this matter. So there are just a lot of things that comes into play when you do something like this, and to already do it to the underserved part of town, the part of town that we have just, so many of our community leaders have just committed to helping and uplifting this side of town. And for this to happen, to put this, to think about putting this jail over there is just, I mean, it's a slap in the face to our
Mhm.
community. They did hear change makers say that we didn't want this, and they heard many, many community members, even though many of them, did not say anything. There were some who said something. There were some of our politicians who said something. I heard it and I saw it. It's still online, and they still made this decision, which lets us know that there's just a lot of disrespect and a lack of concern for the southeast side of town and its residents. And so, how do we move forward? We move forward by coming together. Our next steps. Um, we have our petition signers, everybody who signed our petition. We have clergy, we have business owners, a lot of different people. Like, there's a lot of diversity there. So all of those people are dedicated coalition volunteers. That includes Alicia and I, but there are so many other people, pastors, reverends, community members, mothers, fathers, real estate agents, so many people, realtors who came along and jumped on and really are giving their time to this effort. And so we want to thank them for stepping in and really taking on something that is very hard. And so moving forward, it's time for us to gear up. We need to let them know that this is unacceptable and we are not going to stand for it. Listen, if we got to go out there and do what, Alicia? Do we got to go and stand in front of the entrance,
Look,
okay,
I
and
will,
hold
I
hands?
will,
You
I
will.
will chain myself
Uh-huh.
to the doors of the jail.
We
I will
ain't letting
stand
them.
in
Oh,
front
you
of
talking
a
about the old
bulldozer.
jail?
I will stand there and scream and holler. I will stop my feet. I will stand in front of a bulldozer. They will have to bulldoze me over. Okay?
Hmm.
Whatever you
So
call them,
we're
not bulldozer. Whatever look, digging in the
okay.
ground. Okay?
Think about how far you will go to say no to this, because we saw, like, I always go back to the insurrection, honey. That
Yeah.
is the type of mad that we need to be. You talking
That's the
about
type of man I
climbing
am.
walls. Now listen, they stumped down police officers and stuff. We ain't going
Well,
that
look.
far.
Look. Yeah,
But
yeah. I'm real,
what I'm
real mad.
saying is that we need the fire inside that they had, not the lack of etiquette and moral that they had,
Yeah.
morale. We need that fire. Capture that, put it inside, swallow it, and then that's what we need to bring to this fight. Okay. So our thoughts are, Alicia and I think you guys have gotten that throughout this live. For me, my thoughts are, for my community specifically, there's going to be a holistic work for this, for us to stop this jail from being built, but there's also going to be a segment of this, a part of this, that is going to be held by the Black community, because unfortunately, so much weight, so much additional weight is always put on us. And so for the Black community, we really need to come together and stand together regardless of any differences, right? We don't have more time to waste.
Don't.
We've wasted that time already. We've spoken about this is going to happen, that is going to happen, and we don't want to wait until the jail is starting to be
But
built.
how much time do we have? How much time do we
None.
have? Let's tell them. Yeah, we don't have any time, but we have 6 weeks until their next court date, where they will finalize these plans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 6 weeks till finalization of these plans that they've submitted to the judge, who the judge is looking at very meticulously right now to make sure these plans are going to meet the needs of all those issues that were outlined in that ACLU lawsuit. And when they do technically meet those needs, he'll stamp it and say, all right, this plan looks good. If this is what you're going to do, even though he didn't tell them they had to build a new jail, if this is what you're going to do, everything looks great. And that will be it. That will be it for this portion of the process.
And again,
So,
the judge did not tell them that a solution to those problems was a new jail. That is what they proposed. The judge said to fix the issues, which were crowding. We thought that the jail was overcrowded, that there was no space, that they needed more space, until the Help Not Handcuffs Coalition put pressure on them to really be honest. And we started to see that number come down, come down.
mhm.
Now it is no longer at capacity, is much lower than capacity. So it really shows you that we cannot always believe what they're telling us. We can't believe the faux data that they're putting out. What we
Yeah,
really have to do is tell them, no, show us proof.
yeah,
That's what we have to do. Stop accepting the thing, because they told us that the soil was bad. So leave it alone. The soil is bad. We can't use it anyway. But what that really signaled to me was that y'all were already looking into it. Can you admit that you were looking into it? Because you wouldn't have been testing the soil if you didn't want this area, right? So that should have told us right there, like ding, ding, ding. Okay. So we are to rally our community members together. So we need you to get your cousins, your boo, your the father of your children, the mother of your children. We need you to get everybody together and let them know that
even if
y'all,
you
we
don't like them,
huh? We
even
about to
if you
turn
don't like them, put your differences aside.
aside, okay? This is the time where we come together. Get pew partner, whoever you shout with at church, whoever you be singing with, whoever you in the quartet with. We need everybody. We need the people who send the emails, the people who write the petitions. We need everybody to come together. There are a few things coming up and we need numbers. The only thing that has power is us standing together. The community has the power. I don't want to hear nobody saying that they're going to build a jail anyway. Oh, no, they're not. Okay. What you should be saying, not over my dead body. Okay. Not over my good looking body. How about you say that? We ain't going to say dead body. That's old. Not over my good looking braided body. Okay. You hear me? Not so that's what we need to be saying that no, they're not going to do it. Okay. They're using they will be using our tax dollars. So it is up to us to say no, not with my money. Okay. So don't say that they're gonna do it anyway, because this is not their decision, it's our decision. But it's gonna take more than 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 100, 200 of us. It's gonna take all of us to get this done. So when you all hear different people announcing that this is happening, a press conference, a meeting, a city council, county council, whatever, when you guys hear these things announced, we need you to attend. Don't wait for the gossip after. We need you there.
And
That's
that's when
what's
you need to
really
bring your
important.
people. Bring all your people.
Right. If you need to jump on live yourself to tell your people on your page what is going on. Don't depend on our live. You get on live and talk about what's happening and tell people to come to the meeting. Please and thank you. Um, so we're going to be discussing. So this is what next steps. Your call to action. Our call to action is we are calling all Southeast area residents, business owners, family, friends. There will be an emergency community meeting. There will be an emergency community meeting. Tentatively, so we're going to have an in-person and a virtual opportunity for this. We really need people in person, but we will have a virtual option as well for people who might be traveling. The time, the date, and the location is to be determined. We will post this on the Changemakers page. Stay tuned. This meeting needs to be before when, Alicia? Before Friday, correct?
Before Friday. Friday is the commissioners' meeting at Citizen Square in the basement. As soon as you turn left, right there in the basement. And it is, I think, at 10 a.m. Is it 10 a.m.? I think it's 10 a.m. I'm
We're
pretty
gonna
sure.
is it 10, tentatively 10 a.m. We're gonna post it on our social media. So we're gonna let you know what the next dates are for the next 2 weeks. And we need you guys to put them in your calendar. There's gonna be an emergency meeting to be determined, but we're thinking about this Thursday. There's going to be a commission meeting that you all have to be at. The commissioners are the
Have
ones
to be
making
at.
the decision. You have to be there. We need to be packed up in that room where they say COVID violations, too many people in here. That's what we want. So we need everybody at the commissioners meeting. If you are not at work, we need you there. There are no babies allowed, like no crying babies allowed, I believe. So if you can leave your kids at home with we need the auntie there, but whoever, grandma, leave them with grandma and everybody else come. Okay. We love you, grandma. We want you to come too. So
Let's
there's
make
gonna
a public statement. Look, you have a couple. You can make a statement. You can
mm-hmm.
walk up and make a statement. Tell them how you feel in that moment in time. Okay, tell them how you feel. Say something. You have a chance to say something to them. Make sure you take that opportunity. We need as many people there and as many people commenting. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. Just show up. Show up. We need numbers so badly. We really do. And we're behind and we're reacting. And now is not the time to sit at home, like she said, and wait. It is so important that we be there in this meeting. We have to stop them from doing this in our community.
And at this meeting on tentatively Thursday, we're going to be discussing facts about the court case. We're going to be allowing people to discuss their community concerns. We'll be kind of hashing things out, getting together our organizing and our mobilizing plans. We're going to be talking strategy, facts, data. What are we going to do? How are we going to get this done? That's what we're going to discuss at this meeting. And we're going to be speaking specifically, how do we stop them from doing this on the southeast side of town? So we need you all to be there or be absolutely square. Alicia, is there anything else?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Just make sure you guys bring your questions. Anything you want to know, anything you like have an idea about, a strategy, and whatever it is, bring it to that Thursday meeting. We have to get our community right. We have to get on the same page. We have to all be one together and completely organized. And so, any questions you have, any concerns, any statements, any ideas, any, whatever the case may be, bring it to that Thursday session. This is time for us all to think about what we can do and where we're going to go and how we're going to do it. And we have to do this now. We have to do it fast. So please, please be at these meetings.
We're going to write the vision, make it plain, move forward with no fear. All passion, all fire. Power to the people. Good night, y'all.
Good night.